People often ask me, what are your best tips for Clan War League success? Today I'm going to share with you my top 3 tips for you and your clan to get more 3 stars and win more matches. Welcome back to the channel then, guys. I'm your host, Judo Sloth. The Clan War Leagues are here, you want to win, so I have condensed all of my tips into just 3. I've chatted with my clanmates, I've written them all down, and we're going to give you them in this video. I like to bring educational but entertaining Clash of Clans videos, so if that's what you want to see, I'd recommend subscribing and also turning on the notification bell. If you do want to support me in-game, you can do so by using code JUDO within your settings before making any purchases. It is much appreciated, my friends, but let's go ahead and get into tip number 1. So tip number 1 is all about planning of your attack. How do you crack a base? Moving forward, we will then be discussing coordination as a team, the different aspects of that, base design, how do you get good bases, but for this part of the video and the planning aspect, I want to give you a bit of a motto to start out, because you are going to need to try and get some 3 stars. Consistently, especially higher up, you are not going to win wars on 2 stars alone. However, we all have 1 stars, they do happen, but it's minimizing the amount of times that happens. So my motto for you is pretty simple. Plan for the 3 stars, but secure the 2. That is what you need to be doing. Try and get the 3 stars. If you are just sending your troops in for the 2 stars, you might occasionally flukily get a 3 star, but you should be planning for it. And it's a little bit getting the right balance here, because sometimes you are going to be planning a little bit differently for the 3 stars than the 2, but you need to make sure you get the 2. So I'm going to be talking from different aspects here. If you are a beginner, generally speaking, it is not a good idea to attack from the opposite side of the Town Hall. Now that's actually what you see here, Ultimate Bliss attacking from one side and the Town Hall is on the other. I see a lot of people spamming in Bow Witch from the opposite side of the base. Not a good idea. But if you can have a backup plan for that Town Hall, it might be good. Because actually, we've already taken out both the scatter shots and the Eagle Artillery. Very, very good in terms of the 3 stars. You just need to have that backup plan for the Town Hall. So let's discuss a couple of methods. In this example, Ultimate Bliss has the Battle Blimp moving all of the way across the base under the Grand Warden's ability for the Town Hall. Now I actually showed this in a video, cracking ring bases with the hybrid. It was a really good method and I will link that video at the end of this one. However, you might not be able to use this method. It might be that you adjust. Is your Queen Charge getting that Town Hall initially? Is your hybrid coming in to get that? Maybe you can save onto a Siege Machine or Royal Champion in case something goes wrong. You can send that in. Now, I know I am giving examples here at Town Hall 13, but the tips I am going to be giving you are applicable for any Town Hall level. Make sure that within your plan, you are integrating backup plans. So if something happens, you can adjust on the fly in order to get the 2 stars as a minimum. That is the minimum. 3 stars is what you're going for. And it might be that you risk assess the strategy. So you might not be personally the best Lalo attacker in the world. It might objectively be the best strategy for that base, but risk assessing it, Yeti Smash might be a safer option for you. You've always got to get that balance between how comfortably can you get that 2 stars. If you are using a Lalo attack, can you easily switch the entry of the Lalo to just secure the 2 if it's going horribly wrong? Or is it a difficult Lalo to get to the Town Hall and maybe the Yeti Smash is your safer option? You've got to think about the different aspects. If something goes wrong, how are you going to adapt to it? But make sure you have multiple backup plans so that you are getting the 2 stars, but do try and think of the overall picture to get the 3. Tip number 2 is all about clan coordination to maximize the 3 stars, and I will be sure to put some more of the 3 stars by Golden X on here in a second, but I thought this screen nicely demonstrated coordinating who is actually attacking who. So how do you figure that out? Well, if you as a team identify that a base, let's say for example, is susceptible to the hybrid, then clearly it sounds like common sense, but you want someone that is comfortable with the hybrid attacking that base. Likewise, you might identify a base where the air sweepers are pointing to the north, you can easily take out the air defense, you think dragons are good to take out that base. You want someone that is comfortable with dragons attacking that. So you need to coordinate between yourselves who is good with what strategy, and that can be as simple as making sure you call the bases, even if that is using the in-game call tool. Obviously, you can flag a base, and that means that you are attacking the base you feel comfortable with. You have to have a method that works for your clan. There's a lot of different clans out there with a lot of different skill mixes. You need to make sure that as a team you are at least coordinating. And I do have some other tips, but I wanted to make sure that you were aware of actually calling the bases and making sure you're attacking to your strengths, because it might sound like common sense, but people do overlook that. Now you can use war tools such as War Match in Discord, for example, in order to coordinate attacks and in order to call them bases. But have a plan as a team and make sure that we talked about planning for tip 1. You're actually working as a team. You're sending that plan to somebody else. They are verifying it and making sure you haven't overlooked anything. But when I was discussing the different tips of Clan War Leagues with my clanmates, somebody mentioned make sure to talk about spotting. Now this is really important. You might have heard of a spotter. This is basically somebody on voice when you are attacking that is watching the other aspects of your attack. So for example, in this one, Gratefully Dead has the queen charge going along. He's now concentrating on putting in the hybrid, setting the funnel. He's not watching the queen over to the other area of the base, but the spotter could be. Making sure that, let's say, if a Tesla farm pops, you need to press the queen's ability, that's something the spotter would be shouting out. So if you are on voice with your clanmate, you are not the one attacking. What you are actually looking for are the areas of the base that your attacker is not looking at. So for example, we've all done this and left a builder hut in the top corner. Your spotter might say, archer at 12 o'clock. That just means you know to put an archer in at 12 o'clock. That might be for cleanup, it might be for a builder hut. Your spotter might tell you when to press a hero ability, when a Tesla has popped, something like that. But you always want to make sure, and this is a little bit more higher level, but even if you are attacking lower down, you should be trying to pull in some of these tips in order to improve. Having somebody on voice with you is really good to help plan your attacks and also watch the attack as it develops to make sure that maybe you do adjust things to then secure that 2-star. Also, it's very good to role reverse as well. So if you are not attacking, actually being on voice to give that advice to your clanmates will give you a greater understanding of when you are then attacking. Tip number 3 is all to do with base designs. Because Clash of Clans is not just offense, my friends, it is also defense. So you need to know how to take down common bases, but you also need to have a good base itself. So where do you start with that? Well, obviously, you can try and improve your base building skills. This is difficult. I'm not a pro base builder myself, and it can be something that's a little bit trickier to learn. But think about it this way. If you struggle with a base, there's a reason for that. It's because it's good. So almost try and reverse engineer that. Build the bases that you struggle with, because there's a likelihood that a lot of other players will struggle with that as well. So if you come up against a tough base, copy it, try and use it, get your clanmates to friendly challenge, part of that coordination, social side of things, and try and tweak it to make it better. But I want to take this further because we now have the base link feature. So where can you get bases? Well, my good buddy Agesther has a website called Clash Champs. It's a very sophisticated tool on there for bases where you select your town hall level. It also has the type of base you want, whether it be war, farming, trophy pushing, you select that and it will pull up all of the bases within the categories you have selected. Then you just need to use the links provided to copy the base onto your Clash of Clans using that deep base link. So if you can't necessarily build bases yourself, or you just want a quick and easy way to do it, I'd recommend actually using the base link feature. Now, if you are really high level, this is not going to be good for you because people will learn internet bases that are common. They will learn how to crack them and beat them. And that's also something you need to be aware of. If there are any bases that you're coming up against time and time again. If you 3-star it once, keep that mental check note and obviously do the same again. But you can go to YouTube. There will be a lot of common bases broken down on YouTube that you can then try and copy the strategy, but do know that the traps can change. I am aware of a website, although I've not used it much myself, called burnedbase.com. And what that does is you basically select where the defenses are within a base, and what it will do is troll YouTube in order to find a base that's very similar. And if it finds one that's obviously an identical match, it pulls up the video that you can then watch in order to beat that. So it's something that you might want to consider. But those are my top 3 tips condensed for the Clan War Leagues. I did mention the ring base in this video. If you do want to learn how to beat ring bases with the hybrid, I've linked the video on your screen right here with the subscribe button. I hope this one has been helpful for you, and I will catch you in the next one. Until then, take care.